Alright, so I need to make a matrix, 4x2 matrix. So one way to do this, I'm just going to make you can either put in, I can do this. Make these nice and big. Okay, and then so I need to include, my first one is going to be how much I'm spending on rent. So my rent is going to be $1347.50. And then my second one is going to be utilities. My third one is going to be groceries. My fourth one is going to be whatever I find for transportation. So I'm going to put the number for transportation here. I'm going to put the number for the amount for health insurance. And I'm going to go through, I'm going to have basically 8 of them, 4x2. Oh, I did this wrong. 4x2. It should go here. So I'm going to have the next one here, and I'm going to have 4 rows and 2 columns. And then here, same thing. I'm going to have a 4x3 showing my income. This is going to be easy because my income is the same every month. So my income, I'm going to take this number. So that's January, February, so in this case it's going to be nice and easy because that's February, that's March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Alright. And then for part C, I need to think of a special expense for every month. So the idea is we're trying to think of what some wants are. So I might say in January, I might go skiing. And I might spend $200 going skiing. And then I might think in February, maybe a weekend trip, and I might spend $300. And then in March, I might get a birthday gift for my wife, and that might be $300. So you're just going to think of, vas a pensar de algo que vas a querer. Tú puedes pensar, tú puedes usar tu imaginación para cada mes, puedes pensar qué está pasando en cada mes, what's happening every month in the summer, summery things, maybe in December you're buying Christmas presents, maybe in June it's your birthday for a birthday party. Alright, and then down here, this is where you're going to make a matrix of the amounts you just came up with. So I'm going to have a 4x3 matrix. My first number I have 200. So I'm going to put first number here, then my second number is going to be 300. My fourth number 300, and I'm going to do that basically 12 times. I'm going to put another number here. I'm going to put another number here. I'm going to put another number here. So I get 12 of them. And then from part B and part D, so I'm going to use this matrix and this matrix. I need to figure out how much I have left over. So so it says to subtract. We're just going to subtract matrices, make a new matrix showing after I spend this money, what am I going to have left over? And then for scalar multiplication, we're going to use the matrix in part A. So in part A, I'm going to use this matrix. This is all my expenses. And over 12 months. So we're multiplying over 12 months. And then down here, I'm going to use all the expenses I used in part 1. Put all these expenses and make sure that I'm putting them in the right category. So I think which ones are needs, which ones are wants, which ones fall into savings and loans. I'm going to put the amount and figure out the total. And then I'm going to figure out what percent of my income. So my income is $4,084. So I'm going to make sure I'm dividing out of $4,084 for each of them. So your income is going to be different. I'm going to think what percent I spend on my needs, what percent I spend on my wants, what percent I spend on my savings. And then you're just going to reflect. How'd you do in terms of the 5-3-2 budget? Does it work? Where doesn't it work? He's going to explain.